Hey guys, Nathan here, back again with another video, and in today's video, once again, I'm going to be talking about my beloved Manchester City, and I'm actually going to be talking about the transition from the Raheem Sterling and Leroy Sané partnership, which is beloved by many City fans, and I understand why. They were actually, they were phenomenal, and the transition to the Grealish and Mahrez partnership, and obviously a lot of you already know how I feel about Mahrez, but I will separate all bias in this video, and I will be speaking objectively, and I will not be adding in my Algerian bias. But starting off, obviously in the prime of this Man City team, or what I consider the prime, what most people consider the prime, the Centurion season, the 98 points, domestic treble, the good stuff, right? In the 17-18 and 18-19 season, a key part of the success was the Raheem Sterling and Leroy Sané partnership. And in his 3 full seasons at City, Sané, obviously because he was for his 4th season at City, he was out with the ACL injury before he moved to Bayern. He had 35. He had 25 goals even. He had 25 goals and 28 assists in 90 games, which is a good return. And obviously Sterling was at City for a little longer, but if we just take into account these 2 seasons that I'm talking about now, the 17-18 season, the 18-19 season, Sterling had 35 goals and 21 assists in 67 games. So they were clearly chipping in with the goals and the assists and not leaving it all up to KDB, Aguero and De Bruyne to do all the work there. But it wasn't just their goals and assists and their goal contributions that made their contributions to the team so important. It was also the fact that they possessed some incredible pace. They were really quick, very, very fast. Only player in the City team that was probably as quick as them was obviously Kyle Walker, but he's not an attacker. So there was their pace that was unmatched by anyone else in the squad, and also their ability to stretch defences wide to create more space in the middle. Sané was really good at hugging the touchline, picking up the ball, and then beating the fullback. And even when he wasn't picking up the ball, he was dragging the fullback out of position, creating space. He was really good, being able to make so Aguero and De Bruyne could operate. David Silva, Bernardo Silva could all operate in the middle and do fine. But if we move on now to the transition, so if we fast forward to the start of this season, the 2022-23 season, which is the first season without both Sterling and Sané. Obviously, Sané left in 2020. Yeah, he left in 2020. Did he leave in 2020? Was it 2020? Yeah, no, he left in 2020, I think it was 2020. Anyway, and obviously Sterling leaving this summer. This is the first time that we've played under Pep without either of these in the squad, with Pep having to change up his approach to how he attacks down the wings with the introduction of £100 million man Jack Grealish last summer, and Riyad Mahrez that's been at the club for a number of years now, since the 18-19 season. And, well, these two aren't as fast, but they're a lot more technically gifted. They're a lot better at dribbling and their close control and their first touch and stuff there. Instead of beating a player with blistering pace and staying out wide, they tend to pick up the ball, dribble past, and like to cut inside and be able to play inside. But things started off very slow, with a lot of fans saying that this new approach to attacking football was going to fail, because obviously with the introduction of Erling Haaland, we were expected to walk the league, walk everything, and even though he was getting a lot of goals before the World Cup, we were struggling to create consistent chances for him, and a lot of people put this down to the lack of pace in behind and the lack of vision to be able to find the balls in behind. So a lot of people on Twitter, obviously Twitter's not the gospel, but that's obviously where you see a lot of the footballing opinions. A lot of people saying that it was the Mahrez and Grealish partnership and that we need Sané and Sterling back. But moving on to after the World Cup, when everything starts to fall into place, with Mahrez, he's always been one of City's top goal scorers since he's come to the club, in the last few seasons. But obviously last season, with Grealish, his first season, £100 million man, all the eyes are on him, and he's finally starting to live up to at least half of the money in the price tag. He's playing like a £50 million player, which is obviously not ideal, but it is very difficult to live up to being a £100 million player. I only think that one person won a £100 million transfer. I think only one of them's lived up to their price tag, that being Mbappe. But After the World Cup, he's really started to impress Grealish. He's playing with a lot more confidence, and he's taking people on, and he's not just, he's like obviously completing more take-ons and more carries. He's not just recycling the ball, getting nervous, passing backwards. You know, he's playing with real confidence, and he's scored against Arsenal and Liverpool in very, very important matches towards the end of the season. He's also creating a bit of a deadly partnership with Haaland, being able to know where he is a lot of the time. And obviously with Mahrez, he's just, you know, he's typical Mahrez. He's completing more take-ons than he was earlier in the season. He's getting crucial goals like he always does. He's just playing like he always used to, which is good, and it's very important for City to win the treble. And obviously I've only spoke about Grealish and Mahrez in this, but there's obviously Phil Foden, who plays a very similar sort of role in the team when he's fit. Obviously recently he's been out with appendicitis, but he plays very similar. And at the start of the season, I thought it had to be Mahrez and Foden that played. Grealish just wasn't doing it for me. But after the World Cup, I do find it difficult to see Foden in the squad on the wing, because I don't think he's that good out on the right. I think he's at his best on the left, but Grealish is undroppable at the minute because he's got the defensive work rate as well. And that's another thing that I did forget to mention actually about Grealish. His defensive work rate's incredible. He's really good at tracking back and winning the ball back. You've probably seen the clips of the tackle on Son and the time he blocked that Salah. He tracked all the way back and blocked the Salah shot just before going up the other end and getting an assist. Like, his work rate's incredible, and he really has improved and become a lot more of an all-round footballer. He might not be as exciting as he was at Villa because he had all that freedom to just do as he wanted, but he's definitely become a way better rounded footballer. And obviously a lot of people don't like that, because a lot of people do like people that are flashy. It's the same with Mahrez as well. People liked the Leicester Mahrez, where he could just do whatever he wanted, all the freedom, and, you know, like, be a streets won't forget player. But, you know, it is important to develop your game more than that, and sometimes play in a system where, you know, you're going to get more results. But in conclusion, we as football fans, I think, need to stop questioning Pep when his tactics don't work straight away, because 9 times out of 10 they work out in the end when the players have gelled with the system and got comfortable with it. And this is why, in my opinion, Pep's the best manager in world football right now, because he can be innovative and he can tinker with his tactics, like someone like Graham Potter did at Chelsea before he got sacked. But he can also be successful and win trophies while doing it. Like, it's something that I've seen with Klopp, and the reason, without any obviously City bias, or a reason that I put Pep above Klopp, is because when it's not going well for Klopp, obviously, as you've seen this season, he still sticks with the same players and the same tactics, just expecting it to work again, even though it clearly hasn't been working in the past. But Pep, he's always changing his tactics. He's never, we don't become too predictable, because every season we play different. Like, obviously the first 2 title wins, we were playing with Aguero, we were playing very fluid football, tiki-taka, and then obviously Liverpool win the league, and then it's the false nine. It's the false nine. More intricate passing, and, you know, not having a striker, but all the goals being shared out between everyone. And now it's obviously the slow wingers, the more technical players being able to dribble and create chances for Haaland. Like, it's always something different, and that's what I love about Pep and why I think he's the best. But that's all I have to say on the topic. Let me know down below what you think, what you thought, like your thoughts on the topic. Let me know what you thought of the video. Tell me what you want me to cover next. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Go back on the channel and check out all my other videos. I've been Nathan, and I'll see you in the next one.